Hey everybody! I just wanted to share a story with you. So a little teaching time with Miss Tidwell. It's a great season for sharing a book that I really love, The Fox and the Springtime Blossoms. So I hope you enjoy hearing it too. This is a book that's by Julia Rawlinson, illustrated by Tiphanie Beekeeper, and Miss Tidwell is reading it with permission by Scholastic Books. So thank you, Scholastic, for letting us read your story. The Fox and the Springtime Blossoms. It is a beautiful spring day today, so hopefully you're enjoying being out and enjoying something in this beautiful spring weather that we're having as well. The Fox and the Springtime Blossoms. I'm going to slide here so you can be able to look and see. The woods were full of the chirping, bustling, sing-song sounds of spring. Fletcher bounced along with his nose in the air, sniffing with just burst buds of flowers and playing chase with butterflies. With his head spinning with sights and sounds, he tumbled happily down the hill into the sunny orchard. But when he picked himself up from the ground, he couldn't believe his eyes. What do you think he's going to see? Wow, that's beautiful. Look at the illustrations on that page. A soft breeze danced through the branches, carrying snowy flakes. Snow so late in spring, thought Fletcher. It will be too cold for the buds and butterflies. There's no time to lose. That is odd to see the snow falling during this time of year. Looking for someone to tell, he trotted back up the hill and past a pair of birds, cooing on a branch. You've flown to your summer home too soon, Fletcher cried. I've been down to the orchard, and there's more snow on the way. Then we should fly back south, they called. But first, we must tell Porcupine. He's just come out of his bed of leaves. He needs to snuggle back down, or he'll freeze. That's nice that he's going to go share the news with others. The friends that are coming back from their winter travels or hibernation, they don't need to be there just yet if it's going to snow again. Fletcher and the birds found Porcupine stretching and scratching. There's snow on the way, panted Fletcher. I saw it in the orchard. It will be too cold for the butterflies. The birds will need to fly south, and you must hide away. Then I should crawl back into my bed, snuffled Porcupine sadly. But first we must tell Squirrel that he needs to hunt for food. He's eaten his winter store of nuts. He'll need to find some more. Fletcher, the birds, and Porcupine found Squirrel scampering after sunbeams. Snow is blowing in from the orchard, gasped Fletcher. It will be too cold for the butterflies. The birds will need to fly south. Poor Porcupine must go back to bed, and you must find some food. You're right. I've eaten my spring feast, said Squirrel, and all my stores are gone. But before I hunt for more, we need to tell the rabbits to munch as much grass as they can before the snow falls. Fletcher, the birds, Porcupine, and Squirrel hurried off again. Aww, they're the bunnies. They're playing on the hill. The rabbits were rolling down the hill next to their burrow. Oh, there's the burrow. A burrow means a home underground. Stop playing, cried Fletcher. There's snow blowing in from the orchard. It will be too cold for the butterflies. The birds will need to fly south. Poor Porcupine must go back to bed. Squirrel needs to find food, and you must munch more grass. Before we eat, said the rabbits, staggering dizzily to their feet. Let's go play in the snow. So the rabbits hoppity-rollity-polity plopped down the hill through the woods. They were chased by squirrel, porcupine, the birds, and a bouncy, full of importance fox, all the way to the orchard, where the ground was white with blossoms. Blossoms bobbing in the branches, blossoms blowing in the breeze, blossoms blanketing the ground, and not a snowflake to be found. Those are blossoms, not snow, you foolish fox, the animals cried. Fletcher blinked and rubbed his eyes, feeling very silly. But then the animals scooped up pawfuls and clawfuls of blossoms from the ground and covered him in a tickly shower of fluttering white petals. Fletcher and his friends ran and played between the trees until at last they all collapsed in a blossomy, soft, white heap. Why did Fletcher think that this was snow and not blossoms? Because they're white and it looked so fluffy when it was falling down onto the ground. So the blossoms, oh, I've seen trees like these that when they begin to bud, the new leaves that grow on it open up, they bud. It looks like white petals on it, and then when those white petals fall away, the green leaves are left on the tree. Then the birds fluttered back to their branch with the beakfuls of blossoms to line their nest. Porcupine snuffled off up the slope, his quills dotted with tiny white petals. Squirrel went chasing up and down trees after snow-white petals dancing in the breeze, and the rabbits bounced back up the hill with blossoms to brighten their burrow. But Fletcher just lay smiling in his soft bed of petals, watching the blossoming branches bobbing overhead. What a beautiful illustration this is on this page. I love all the soft colors of green, blue, lavender, purple, pink, rose-colored. What a beautiful picture that is. And I hope you like that story, and I hope you've noticed some beautiful signs of spring around as you take your walks, as you take your bike rides, as you take your skateboard rides. Look for those signs of spring. They're all around you. See if you can notice some of the beauty. All right, have a great afternoon. Happy spring. Bye, everybody.